Hi everyone, thank you for joining me as we delve into chapter 4 of my first book, And the Walls Came Tumbling Down. This chapter is titled, The Harvest is Plentiful, but the Workers are Few. Again, I would expect those who align with the Christian faith to know where this quote comes from. Chapter 4 is about travel. I absolutely love to travel. I love to sightsee, I love to sit on a beach under the sun, drinking a cocktail. I love it all. I've jumped onto that bandwagon of trying to visit 30 countries by 30. I'm nearly there, but not quite there yet. However, chapter 4 is not about travelling for leisure. It's about selfless travel. You see, in chapter 4, I speak about my experience in South Africa, volunteering in an orphanage. The experience itself was fantastic. I came into contact with so many children. It was rewarding both ways. It was a blessing both ways. I played with the children, I sang with the children, I read with them, I served them food. I did whatever I could whilst I was out there. I think one of the hardest things for me to hear out there was some of the anecdotes. There was a little girl in particular, she was 8 years old. And prior to her 8th birthday, she had faced some rather unfortunate circumstances a few times by relatives. These type of stories, they really grip one's heart, you know? And it's so easy to be on this side of the world and to be so far removed from that type of thing. But it's really happening and it's really impacting the lives of children negatively. I would say one of the positive things out of this trip as well was sharing a room with amazing volunteers. You see, everyone had a heart to serve, and I think that's so important. But since we're on the topic of sharing a room, let's talk about the room. I changed beds 3 times because of the number of bugs, because I was being basically eaten alive. The discomfort was unreal, but I talk about this in my book. At the end of our time volunteering, I can't deny the fact that we were overjoyed to return to a society which resembled the Western world. We arrived at Hotel Commodore, 4-star hotel. It was absolutely divine in comparison to where we had come from. But isn't that something? The fact that we had the opportunity to experience this 4-star hotel. When so many would never, those children would never. They're still there in those unfortunate circumstances. When we arrived at the hotel, I remember the receptionist thought I was drunk. I assure you I wasn't. I was asking rather unusual questions, such as, is the bathroom within the room? Are there bugs in the room? Is there carpet in the room? Why was I asking if there was a bathroom in the room? You see, where we were volunteering in the township of Mesipumelele, the bathroom was outside of our main room. We could actually only really relieve ourselves during the daytime because at night it became dangerous to walk out of the room. Obviously there wasn't any cameras, nor was there lighting. So we found a freedom that we would have had in the Western world. I can't say that I regret going out there. It was an amazing experience. If you ever have the opportunity to serve, go and do it. If not, but you're passionate about supporting children in poverty, consider sponsoring a compassion child. I'm on my 2nd child. My 1st child is now out of poverty, thank God. I'll share her image with you. I sponsored Marie-Lenny when she was 5 years old. I prayed for her regularly and her mum to come out of poverty. Here she is at 7. And I received a letter in the post telling me that I could have a new sponsor child because my first one no longer was in poverty. Prayer works. Just want to encourage you, think about the children. Think about the children you don't see every day. the ones in poverty. For more information on my experience in South Africa, please do grab yourself a copy of my first book, And the Walls Came Tumbling Down. This book is available on my website, www.jahmellaencourages.com. I look forward to you joining me in the next video as we delve into chapter 5.